Hey, and welcome back to the Simply Fitness Podcast. I'm John Stein. On this episode of the podcast, I'm going to talk about why one of my mottos is Hydrate or Die. AKA, we're going to talk about why drinking water every day is so important. Hope you all enjoy this episode. Hey fam, welcome back to the Simply Fitness Podcast. Hope you guys are having the most amazing day. I know I am. Let's get after it. Let's get down to business today. What we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about hydration. So hydrate or die, that's my motto here. Why it's that important. You might think that's dramatic, but it really is that important to make sure we're staying hydrated each and every day. Most of us do not drink enough water, have enough water, and it's super important. Just think of this. Let's just talk about how important it is first. First, our body is made up of 60% water. That's a majority of our body is made up and consists of water. If you do not have enough, how is your body going to be working efficiently? Even if you know nothing about physiology, if you know nothing about how the body works, if you just know that fact, you right there will know that water is super important. And to just even bring this even more into fact, that your blood, which you need to live, which is vitally important for your body, we all know that, consists of 90% water. How can we get those nutrients, those oxygen to the body, all vital resources, if our blood doesn't have enough water in it to work efficiently? So, yeah, let's just get even more into the benefits of being properly hydrated and some of the risks of not being properly hydrated. And maybe some of this will be like a little bit of an eye opener for us on, maybe that's a reason that might be happening. And then we'll talk a little bit more about what you can do to make sure we are getting enough water in our diet and what should be your goal each and every day. So just diving into like the benefits here, water is going to lubricate our joints. Our cartilage, which is in between each and every one of our joints, consists of 80% water. If we don't have enough water, those are going to start to dry out, thus potentially causing us more pain, start causing arthritis, start causing that cartilage to break down, causing us pain, potential tears in that cartilage, in the shoulder, hips, knees, things like that. So don't want any of that. As well as it's going to help boost our skin health. So when our skin isn't properly hydrated, it's going to leave us very vulnerable to skin disorders. It makes the skin, more likely to crack and break. And that is our largest organ. Our skin is our largest organ as a protector of our body. So we got to make sure that we're keeping good care of it. So to prevent things from getting in that maybe should not be getting in there. There's plenty of that going on right now. As well as water is going to affect your brain and your spinal cord. Not just in the fact that if you're not properly hydrated, you're not going to be able to cushion your brain or your spinal cord in the right way. Just like I said, with the cartilage, there's discs in between each one of your vertebrae in your back. Everything goes hand in hand here. But it's also going to affect the functioning of the brain. It's going to affect how you think and how you reason, make it a little bit harder to make those big decisions, as well as, that thought process. You might not find the energy to think about certain things. As well as now moving on to the digestive system. It's going to help your body process the nutrients. If you're not properly hydrated, your stomach is going to be very overly acidic. It's not going to have the right pH balance to be able to break down your foods. It's going to, block up your colon. So obviously that's not good. We're not going to be digesting our food well enough. We're not going to be getting all the nutrients we need to get into. We're going to feel bloated, uncomfortable, constipated. Don't want any of that. So overall, end all point here, water helps the body run efficiently. If we are not getting enough water, our body is not running efficiently enough. It's just a plain hard fact. And to be honest, most people are not getting enough water. A lot of people are drinking more of sugary drinks, soda, Gatorade, coffees, teas, things like that, which some within reason are great. You can have that, but we got to make sure we're also having that water on top of it. So how much water should we be getting to make sure that our body is working optimally? So a good rule of thumb is half of your body weight in ounces of water. So let's just break down an easy example here. A 200-pound person should drink around 100 ounces of water per day. It's that simple. So just take your body weight right now, divide it in half, and that's how many ounces you should be getting. It might sound like a lot because maybe you're not getting anywhere near that. Maybe you're just drinking one Poland Spring water bottle each and every day. That's 16 ounces of water. If that's the only thing you're drinking all day for water, we got to add some more water in there because there's no way you're 32 pounds there. So we got to make sure we're hydrating enough. So how do we make sure we're getting enough water? And there's lots of things we got to focus on, lots of things. So how do we make sure? The same exact way as we're looking at our calories in our diet. Track it. There are apps, MyFitnessPal, Mike's Macros, things like that. They all have hydration portions to it. Fitbits, other smartwatches. Also, you can track hydration with that. As well as, there are, fancy water bottles you can buy that actually like tell you to drink water, remind you every, 30 minutes and track how much water you drink each and every day. Another way, if you don't want to do that, buy those fancy water bottles. I have plenty of water bottles already. I don't need any more. What I do is I place rubber bands around my water bottle each and every day. I know how many ounces are in my water bottle. So I have a 16-ounce one, a 24-ounce one, a 40-ounce one. So depending on what bottle I bring that day, I set up my goal. So if I know for me personally, I want 100 ounces of water per day. That makes me feel good. It's an overshoot of my goal. So even if I don't reach 100, I know I've reached my optimal level. So I put a rubber band on for every one of those water bottles that I want to drink. So say it's 24 ounces. I know I want to drink roughly 4 to 5 of those water bottles each day. So I'll put 5 rubber bands on there. And each time I drink it all the way to the bottom, I take off a rubber band. And then I know, okay, this is how many I have left for the day. This is how, each time, take one off. It's a simple way to track it. It doesn't need to be complicated. I try to make it as simple as possible. And then eventually you just know, it just gets into your habit. There. So, by now, we already know that water is super, super important to that body. It is vital. It is why we can go days without eating food, but we can only go one day without drinking water. Facts. So we need water. You need water. You need it. So now we know this. We know how many ounces of water we need to get. We have a couple methods that we can use to track that. And what are your must-dos? Not should-dos, must-dos, because this is a must. First, if you don't already have one, or you don't know where it is, go find it or buy a water bottle. Preferably, I prefer a glass water bottle or a stainless steel water bottle versus a plastic. That's just me. Water is, the universal solvent. It will break down, materials. So I would rather it not break down plastics into my body That's just preferably me, but glass or stainless steel, sturdier, keeps some water colder, which I prefer. So, highly suggest buy a water bottle now. Get one, reuse it, save the environment, and it's cheaper overall. I would create a tracking system. So whatever system, I talked about a few, using the app, the rubber band method, buying a fancy water bottle that tracks it for you. Any way that works within you, within your life, that is that low level of entry. Highly suggest doing it. Pick a system and follow it. 10, 30 days. Just do it each and every day. It will become a habit. For me, drinking water has become a habit. I drink, like if I'm going to have coffee in the morning, I know I got to drink at least 24 to 48 ounces of water before I drink that coffee. That's just, I set habits for myself. I, set standards that I need to meet in order to do, certain things. So create that habit and then see how much better you feel. I would say with tracking it, just track how you feel. Do you start getting those like late afternoon headaches, those morning headaches? Do you just feel better? You just feel like your body's just a little bit like looser, a little bit feeling a little bit better. Your digestion, which is an issue for many people, is that feeling better? So track that. So those are your must-dos. Buy a water bottle, create a tracking system for yourself, and see how you feel. So remember, put this on a wall, put it on your sticky note, hydrate or die. Those are your options. Let's go. Hope you all have the most amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. Grateful for you all. Have an amazing day. Talk to you guys next time.